bit early. We back. I forgot when I ended early. Maybe somebody can remind me. Was it like 12? Was it like 1? It might have been like 1. Anybody remember when I started or ended the last live?
A new article from Business Insider seems to be good news for some bachelors. The new article from
we talked about the issues that women have, and tonight, and dating and relationships. That's what we're talking about tonight. So I may be doing a live also, but outside of that, I will not be on either one of my platforms. I have some content that I've already created that I'm just going to push out, but outside of that, I won't be going live. I won't be creating any new content in the month of June because I have a couple of courses I need to take, CEUs I need to finish so I can get my licensure. One thing. This is the number one thing that I see over and over.
Saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no bro. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with
We back. We back. We back. We back. Everybody hit the like button. If y'all want me to stay on 2 hours, you know what to do. We looking to meet a $25 live stream goal. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. $5 makes you the live stream sponsor. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Those are the preferred methods. Or you could do super chat, super sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. But YouTube do take 30% off the top and make me wait 30 days to get it. But 70% of something is better than 100% of nothing. I gotta hold on. Let's see if I can even do the stream tonight. Hold on. Mic was low. I got somewhat of an emergency live stream. I'll just call it an emergency live stream. I seen this while I was away from you guys today. And I'm like, I'm definitely doing this tonight. Definitely doing this. I may or may not have felt like I was gonna croak earlier. So look, if y'all ever stop hearing from me, I croaked. So if I stop uploading to this channel and it ain't deleted, and y'all don't see me on Rumble or Twitter or nowhere, I'm somewhere else. I'm in another realm. But just keep my name alive in the Manosphere streets and hold all the lessons I taught you close to heart. But I guess we can get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. Shout out to Latasha. Okay, is it a fair assessment to say that you may be a woman? Latasha, can you say your age, how long you've been watching the channel, and your relationship status? Or you could tell me to go fuck myself. But Latasha, if you don't mind, can you say your age, how long you've been watching the channel, and your relationship status? Or gender, I guess. Age, gender, how long you've been watching the channel, and relationship status. So 4 things, if you don't mind. Or tell me to go fuck myself. Yeah, I'm not going to go into any details about what happened earlier, but like I said, if I ever decide to stop doing this content, I'll do a farewell video. So yeah, if I just suddenly stop doing content, yeah, I'm out of here. But yeah, let's get into it. This is somewhat of an emergency stream. So this is going to be a good one. Keep in mind, this woman is 57, I believe. She looks hella good for 57, but she's still 57. She was married and had kids, but she left her husband. She divorced her husband for reasons that okay. Oh, you've been watching for a year? That's what's up, Latasha. Is this your first live stream? Because I mean, you could have been nigga watching all this time, but I don't remember seeing you here before. But we're glad to have you. Women are definitely welcome. Ironically, married women seem to gravitate towards my content. It's no coinky dink. It's no coinky dink. That women who won in the dating game like my content.
Big coincidence. That's a coinky
Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
I didn't get into a fight. I'll say that. It wasn't a fight. I'll say that. It wasn't a fight. But I'll say this though. If anything happened to me, y'all have permission to, hey, you can rip all my videos. My old channel is Rare Breed Theory. And obviously y'all know this channel. Rare Breed Theory 1. Well, it ain't called Rare Breed Theory. The first channel is called Rare Breed Theory. And I think the second one is called like Rare Breed Theory 2 or something. Anyway, if anything happened to me, y'all have my permission to rip all my content, re-upload it, make money off of it. I don't care. Just keep the message alive, you did. Keep my name ringing. Put me on the Mount Rushmore, hopefully. On your Manosphere Mount Rushmore. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, shout out to Latasha. Everybody, say what's up to Latasha. Greet her in a gentlemanly way. But yeah, man, this is somewhat of an emergency review. I seen this. I was watching this while I was out and about, and I'm like, this is great fucking content. So much to go over. But yeah, she's a 57-year-old woman, married and divorced. I think she got a couple kids, 1 or 2 kids. I'm pretty sure she divorced her husband for a reason that isn't biblically sound, but she claims to be traditional and religious and all that crap. But I call phony baloney. She's definitely more intelligent than the average dingbat for sure, but she doesn't have a likable personality. She doesn't come across as likable. I'll say that. I like her logic, her reasoning skills. She seemed to have some type of intelligence. But when it comes to dating, she running into the same walls that even the dumb women run into. It's hypergamy. Really, it's hypergamy. That's what's going to keep women losing is their hypergamous nature. She should have stayed with her husband. That's what she should have did. I don't know exactly when she divorced him, but I'm sure she divorced him after she hit the wall. So yeah, she's running into the same troubles that pretty much every woman post 35 with kids, post marriage, are gonna have on the dating market with the type of guys that they're gonna be interested in, which you know what type of guy that is, top 1 to 5%ers. But let's just get into it.
Wanted to make this video today. This is a much needed video. I talk to my female clients about this all of the time. And I'm going to be frank, ladies, this is the number one reason why you're struggling. You are struggling in dating. You are struggling in relationships because of this number one thing. This is the number one thing that I see over and over and over again. And here's the reality. You're not going to win. You're not going to be successful until you can overcome this one thing.
Before she even gets started, ladies, ladies, never take advice from a woman who isn't in the position you want to be in. This woman is divorced and single. What up, Sheila? Good afternoon, Sheila. Or good evening? Whatever it is. What's up, Sheila? Ladies, never take advice from a woman who's not where you want to be in life, in that area of life. So don't take dating advice from a woman who's divorced and struggling at dating. Point blank, period. She can't tell you how to win if she ain't winning. And let's be clear, winning in the dating market, I'm not necessarily going to say it's marriage. Let's just use the word marriage to mean in a serious relationship that's going to last probably a lifetime. In a serious relationship that's been successful and healthy for years, and you have good reason to believe it's going to last a lifetime. Let's have that be the definition of marriage for this stream. So with that being said, winning in the dating market is married, essentially, based on the definition I just gave. If you're married and in a healthy, decent marriage, you won. You're winning in the dating market. You're winning in the relationship world. It's not going to be perfect, of course. But yeah, if you got a functional, fairly healthy relationship with its normal ups and downs, you win it. So this woman can't give you, I'm not saying she can't give any good advice. Single women technically could give some good advice. It's not impossible for a single woman to give a piece of good advice, but generally speaking, they're not the people you should be going to. You know, I'm not gonna ask a motherfucker in jail for robbing a bank how to rob a bank successfully. The motherfucker got caught. He in jail. He didn't rob a bank successfully. Let's just get into it.
Going to win. You're not going to be successful until you can overcome this one thing. You want to know what it is? You ready? You put more stock in how you feel about a man, right? And what he means to you than how he makes you feel, how you feel about yourself when you're with him. You focus entirely on what he has, what he looks like, how charming he is, how tall he is, how charismatic he is, and him checking all the boxes for you. You forget the fact that he don't know how to treat you. You forget the fact that he don't be calling you like that. He don't be texting you like that.
Okay. We got to a point. Now, she's right. Women are so caught up in what he look like, what he dressed like, how charismatic he is. But so she got that part right. Here's the problem. It's not about feelings, especially at these advanced ages. At these advanced ages, if you're trying to date, it should be a real practical situation. You should have a real practical mindset if you're dating over, I would say, honestly, I would advise women who are dating over 30 to have a real practical mindset about it. It ain't about sparks, chemistry, feelings. It's about finding a decent man who gonna come home at night, be responsible, help financially somehow, even if it ain't provider and paying all the bills, help you financially, and you submitting to his manhood and him giving you structure and discipline in your life, and you respecting that man just for the sake of it. Just because he a decent man. Not because you feel sparks, not because he never do anything wrong, but just because it's what a decent human being should do to somebody who's being a decent human being back to them. And somebody to get through this life with. It ain't about sparks, feelings, this, that. After 30, it's time to get it real practical with your thinking about dating. That fairy tale shit is over with after 30 for women. They need to get it through their thick fucking skulls. That's what would help them. That's the advice they need to hear. She's saying they focusing too much on how much they like the dude instead of focusing on how the dude is treating them, which I agree. To some extent, that's true, but I'm going to break it down deeper, of course. I'm going to break it down deeper.
You know, how charming he is, how tall he is, how charismatic he is. And him checking all the boxes for you. You forget the fact that he don't know how to treat you. You forget the fact that he don't be calling you like that. He don't be texting you like that. That he don't really like you like that. And so you are constantly chasing this projection, this fantasy of the man that you have in your mind. And, you know, you keep eating up breadcrumbs. You keep putting up with foolishness because you feel a way about him. You don't even stop to think, how does this man make me feel? How does this man treat me? And how does he make me feel? And a lot of you all don't feel good. You don't feel good in the presence of a man. You definitely don't feel good when you're away from him. That's a big red flag. That's the number one thing that I tell women. How you feel when you're with him is one thing. How do you feel when you're not with him? And most of y'all don't feel good.
You notice she keeps saying feel, feelings, feel. How do you feel? How do you feel? How did he feel? How did he make you feel? What feeling did you think? What feeling did you feel? Feel. Are y'all noticing that? It's not about feelings anymore. I would say, just generally speaking, trying to pick a mate or navigate dating, I don't know if feelings should be in the top 5 things you should be worried about. But she's a woman. She can't help it. Feelings first when you're a woman. That's how they operate. Most of them. Hold on, I could be right back. Let me play something else while I go upstairs real quick. Anything else? Oh, y'all favorite, Tracy.
Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the channel.
This woman is fucking nuts. This woman is nuts.
Welcome back to the channel, you guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about it. Let me just start it off. Relationships are over, you guys. I said it. Relationships are over. I really do not understand why more people are not just coming out and stating the obvious. Relationships are dead. They are over. And I know you guys are like, well, Tracy, why would you say that? I know there's a lot of people out there, they still have hope for love. And they're like, no. Tracy, don't you say that. No. Tracy, don't you say that. Don't you say it. I don't want to hear it. I know. Especially women. I know. A lot of you are like, Tracy, please don't say that. I don't want that to be true. I don't want that to be true. But T-Bird, you guys know over here, I'm going to shoot it to you straight. I don't have the time, nor do I even want to. I don't even have the desire to candy coat this for you ladies or mince words. Relationships are over. But before I tell you why I feel that way, be sure to thumbs up the video and and subscribe. And I say thank you to all of my new subscribers, as well as my returning ride or die subscribers who have been with me since the beginning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, 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 I love the word love. I love you, 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 I love you. And now you guys will see below the video, there is a little tag that says thanks. So if you guys want to leave me a little tip in my tip jar, you can hit the thanks button. And I say thank you to all of those who have already left me a thanks. And I say many thanks to all of those who will. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's talk about this, you guys. The reason why I say relationships are over, the number one reason is because more women are waking up. More women are waking up from the Disney fairy tale dream. More women are waking up from their slumber. More women are lifting up the veil, and they are seeing this reality for what it is. This man riding in this knight in shining armor, coming to scoop you up and save you, it doesn't exist. More women are waking up to the fact that this is a mythical man. He does not exist. In my opinion, that is the number one reason why relationships are over. More women are starting to see these men for what they really are. The next thing is because what did women used to think about relationships in the past? What did women want? Provider, protector, producer. Let's talk about a provider. You ladies know that the average earning dude is making about $43,000 a year. With the economy the way that it is right now, this man cannot provide you a darn thing. The only thing this man can hopefully do is try to provide for himself. And even that, they are struggling with. These men can't even keep a roof over their own heads. These men cannot even get a car. I'm not exaggerating. So how is he going to be your provider, ma'am? A lot of women are waking up to this fact. Do you ladies not see another major reason why I say relationships are over? Because one of the main things that a woman wanted from a man was to be her provider. Do you ladies not see all these job layoffs? Tens of thousands of people are getting laid off every week, every month. Are you ladies not keeping up with this? Tens of thousands of people getting laid off from their government federal jobs. From recently, I saw Nissan laid off like 20,000 workers. UPS been in the news, constantly laying off workers. These factory workers getting laid off left and right. The truckers have been talking about the economy and no work. I'm not making this up, you guys. The post office. Layoffs in tens of thousands of people getting laid off all the time on a very regular basis. What do you ladies think that means? These men already majority of men were making $50,000, let's just round it up to $50,000 a year. You cannot sustain a family and provide for a woman, you being the sole provider, with $50,000 a year. You cannot, it's literally impossible in today's economy. So what does that mean? This man cannot be your sole provider. In addition to that, people are just getting laid off left and right, you guys. It's like right in your face. So if this man doesn't even have a job, and if he does have a job, he's barely making ends meet. He can't even provide for himself. How can he be your provider, lady? It's just as blatant and obvious as obvious can be to me. But you guys know that the reason why I personally feel like I can see these things for what they are so clearly, and why I feel like I have so much clarity on just life in general, but specifically when it comes to men and women in these relationships, is because you guys know that I took a vow of lifetime celibacy.
You're a fucking loser. You're literally a fucking loser.
Just eating my chicken nuggets. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and then I'm gonna get back to Anita. But we're gonna listen to this while I eat my chicken
Oh,
nuggets.
you right? Are you driving?
No, I'm riding actually. I'm on my way to an all-white party, but I've been trying to get on your show for years, Kendra.
Well, let's do it. You ready? You look pretty. I see.
I'm ready. Thank
I'm trying to see
you.
this hair. It's purple.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, purple hair. Okay, purple.
Yeah.
That's shade, y'all. While I'm eating my chicken nuggets, y'all know that's shade. Kendra is so fucking messy and shady. She know it's purple hair. What the fuck? Like, come on, man.
What? What are you talking about?
Mary, where you calling me from?
I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle. How old are you?
I'm 38.
And what do you do for a living?
I own a drywall company.
Okay. You have any kids?
I have one.
How old's your one kid?
She's 23.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
I have not.
And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
All right, let's get to it. We got Mary in Seattle, Washington, 38, Scorpio, owns her own drywall company, one kid at 23, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
A go-getter, somebody that's ambitious and loyal.
You know how many times I hear this shit? You know how-
Emotionally daunting and hurtful when I just keep hitting a wall, you know. No, you don't get any of that, you dirty whore.
Okay, turn the music down. Tell them that. Okay. Go get her. Anything else? Okay, that's kind of straightforward.
Yeah, loyalty is very important to me because getting some money has never been a problem for me or anyone connected to me. So money.
Right.
Never been a problem for me or anyone connected to me. So money's really not the focus here. It's loyalty.
Okay. So would you date a man that didn't make that much money but was loyal?
And he got it in him to make more money? Yes, I would.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers.
Why we just gonna go over this too? Fuck it. Why do we need to have it in them? Because they just not, look, why do we need to have it in them to make more money? Because you see, you just manifest money. You said, ain't nobody around me ever had no problem getting money. I don't got no problem getting money. Money just manifests around me. So why not just look for a good companion? Then, since money ain't no thing and you such a boss. You're like, you see, yeah, never mind.
deal breakers?
My deal breakers is being disloyal, confusion, with a lot of come with a lot of baggage. At my life right now, I just want peace. I want you to know what you want, know.
That is not going to happen.
No way. No how. Ah, youngster.
I'm proud of you, you know that. I hope you do.
None of them believe you. And if they were in your face, they would look like this. That's how people will look at you if you were telling them that face to face. Like a real one. Nobody believes you.
Have you ever wanted to believe in something, even though you knew it couldn't be true? Did you ever want to believe it so bad you didn't pay attention to what your common sense was telling you?
Peace. I want you to know what you want, know how to get it, because that's how I'm coming.
That's how you coming. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you seem very direct, Mary. You ain't playing no games. Oh, should a guy look a certain way?
You know, I don't really think looks is really too much. I don't want him ugly, but if you got a great heart, you may not be that handsome. We could work with it. You know, it's the loyalty, it's the heart for me. You know, it's the heart from the start.
It's the heart from the start. Okay. What about now? This is the direct money question. Should he make a certain amount of money?
No.
You don't care about that? Okay. We gotta do the Kendra cam. I'll go to the end, but will you be out the car eventually?
Yes, I will.
Okay, we'll end with the Kendra cam then.
Okay.
When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was about 2 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
About like a month ago.
It better be coincidence. That's a quickie dink.
Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much. If it's one thing black women aren't gonna go without, it's D. Yeah, if it's one thing they're not gonna go without, it's D. Especially when they got purple hair. This woman is mentally ill. Anybody with purple hair and pink fingernails have mental illnesses. Simple and plain.
Hoe for show. Yeah, I remember that girl. She was a hoe. For show.
Like a month ago.
Okay, is that guy an option?
No, he's not.
Why not?
Because he had his chance.
That's what I always say. Well, I don't always say it, but I'm going to start saying it. A lot of these women that come on this show, they come in on this show to make their situationship mad or step it up. I got on Kendra G. You better step it up before you lose all this. He don't care, man. They either try to come on here to make their ex mad or their current situationship mad and step it up and make them a girlfriend. It's never going to happen. And yes, if I'm not mistaken, yes, she had her kid at 15. Not that mind blowing, unfortunately, in the black community.
He had his chance.
Period. One thing about Mary is no nonsense. So if you got nonsense, don't hit up Mary because she don't got time for it. Like, it's very clear. Okay. When was your last relationship? Oh, we just did that. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Sometimes being too aggressive, being so strong could come off as aggressive to certain people, but I'm working on that, and to not put others before myself, but put them before myself, but not so much to where I play myself.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm a blessing.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
She went so deep, she went past hell.
Well, I guess this is
She went past Satan, saying like, where are you going? You're home now.
You just saying anything now, ho.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna
This
let
is
the
not
camera keep
true.
rolling.
This is not, doesn't even make sense.
Right.
Well, that is a meme, especially with the purple hair. Let me just play it back just so I can get a good cut on the meme. That's a meme. I'm a blessing. That is a meme with the purple hair. Why would a man be lucky? Look at Kendra face. Shout out to Kendra G faces. I gotta stop making memes.
Because I'm a blessing.
You used to be a rapper back in the day, Mary. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm a blessing.
You used to be a rapper back in the day, Mary.
You know,
You got the rapper cadence. Like,
no,
listen,
never, ever.
I'm married. I ain't playing no games. You got money? If so,
Yes.
not, I bring it up for you because I'm married.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But niggas fire out you, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
A lot of you all don't feel good. You don't feel good in the presence of a man. You definitely don't feel good when you're away from him. That's a big red flag. That's the number one thing that I tell women. How you feel when you're with him is one thing. How do you feel when you're not with him? And most of y'all don't feel good. You feel ignored. You feel dismissed. You feel like, okay, he's not showing up. He's not around. He's not calling. He's not texting. He's not making plans to see me.
Why is that? Because they're going after top 5%ers. And top 5%ers got bitches on deck. They got jobs, they have lives, relatives, and they got 10 bitches to juggle. Stop going after top 5%ers. But let me guess, you ain't gonna settle. So keep getting played then. No sweat off my back. There's plenty of guys on the dating market wishing they could find somebody that would call you back, text you back. Here's the thing. I'm going to fill y'all in on a little secret. They like this anxiety. They like this emotional roller coaster. They live for it. If he was too nice, calling too much, texting too much, you'll be on your phone with your girls talking about this nigga all up on my ass. Why you all up my ass? Damn, can a bitch get some space? Let a bitch coochie breathe. Damn. Let me say that again. If he was texting all the time, calling all the time, making plans all the time, you would be on the phone with your girlfriends talking about, damn, this nigga up my ass. Can I get some space? Let me coochie breathe, nigga. Damn. I gotta quit this nigga. This nigga too clingy. Once they get on that roller coaster, once they get on that bad boy roller coaster, there is no getting off. And even if they do get off, they're gonna sabotage the relationship with the good guy so they can get back to the streets.
You feel dismissed. You feel like, okay, he's not showing up. He's not around. He's not calling. He's not texting. He's not making plans to see me. I feel anxious. I feel like I have to do more and give more and perform. And, I feel like he's got all these other women that I'm competing with for his time and attention. You never.
I told you so.
I feel like I have to do more and give more and perform. And, I feel like he's got all these other women that I'm competing with for his time and attention. You never, ever stop to think about how this man makes you feel. And here's the shortcut answer. You ready? If you feel horrible with this man, if you feel horrible when y'all are away from each other because of all the uncertainty, all the unknowns, all the things that ain't happening, all the ways that he is not showing up for you, that he is not prioritizing you, maybe that's the answer. But you are so stuck on who you think he is to you or how you feel about him. That's a woman that will never win. You will never win with men.
I'm sorry, Anita. I'm sure you're a fine person in some ways, but you're talking to yourself. You will never win with men. You're a good-looking 57-year-old woman. You look great for 57. I'll give you a full fucking props. You got all your teeth. I don't know if y'all remember the last video we went over of hers. She was really flexing that she got all her teeth. It's cool. Like, no, you look good, Anita. You look great for your age. But it's not going to be enough. Because a 57-year-old man who look as good as you, as fit as you, mouth look good as yours, man, he got some bitches 20 years younger than you that he putting more effort into. And honestly, even with them, it's not going to be anything long term. You're fifth string to the man you're going to feel is worthy of you. You're his fifth string, fuck. Fifth string call. And the guys that want you, you don't want them. So just stop dating. It's the best option.
He is to you or how you feel about him. That's a woman that will never win. You will never win with men. Never. The second I don't feel good, most of the time with a man, that's the moment that I just go, well, this not for me. This not for me. This man is not for me. Because I feel anxious. I feel insecure. I feel, if I feel unsettled, I don't hear from you. There's no reassurance. There's no consistency. There's no showing up for me. There's no initiating for me to reciprocate. That's the answer. But you are overly invested. A lot of women are overly invested in a man. You're overly invested in him being the person you want and need him to be. Or you're overly invested in the projection of him. Your projection onto him and what he could be. Not what he is right now. Not how he's showing up today. Because if you're really honest with yourself, he ain't showing up.
And let me just say this. Why do y'all think these women are so invested in what he could be? Because he looks so fucking good and he's so fucking tall and his money is right. And he's oh so charismatic. Nothing to do with character. They ain't gonna put this much effort in a decent man who just an average Joe. Who have all the great characteristics that would make for a wonderful husband. They ain't over giving to guys like that.
Ain't that a big coincidence? That's a coinky-dink.
He can't even get a response in the DM.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
To him and what he could be. Not what he is right now. Not how he's showing up today. Because if you're really honest with yourself, he ain't showing up. You're not feeling good. You're not feeling prioritized. You're not feeling like this person really cares about you. And it shows in his actions. You're not feeling that. But instead, you focus on your feelings for him. And the love. Oh, and y'all love to throw around that. Well, I love it in him. I love him. I care about him. And easier said than done. Here we go. You are so focused on your feelings for him. That's all really that you got.
See how time fly. The underdogs on top, and I'm gonna shine on me until my heart stops.
She still thinks that just because she's still getting likes, I still got it. Bitch, no, you don't. Because if you got it, you would get what you want.
Here we go. You are so focused on your feelings for him. That's all really that you got. Can we be real? That's really all you have. Is how you feel about him. You don't have nothing coming back toward you. You don't have no feelings from him to you. You literally running on fumes, talking about how you feel about him. And all the boxes that he checked, and all the ways in which he shows up, and this and that and the third. Forget the fact that you feel awful most of the time. And look, y'all, I'm speaking from experience. The last
Why does that not surprise me?
of the time. And look, y'all, I'm speaking from experience. The last person that I dated, this is exactly what happened. And this is why I just shut it down. I took stock of that thing. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. When I'm with this person, it's fun. It's interesting, right? It feels somewhat good. I can't even say it felt great. It feels somewhat good. We have fun. We have conversations. We do stuff, right? But
Let's stop it there because I want y'all to catch something. she's admitting that she had a great time with Tyrone, top tier Tyrone, right? But even when she's talking about what should have been a great time, she's downplaying it to, oh, I mean, it was all right. I mean, it was good. Like, she's trying to downplay it. Now, this is one of two things. She's trying to downplay it on the back end because she know it didn't work out. It's either that or this woman is just never satisfied. She didn't experience too much on the carousel. So now you got to fly her to Paris for her to feel like it was great. It's one of those two things. Either way, it's not good for a potential man getting with her. But let's continue.
You know, it's fun. It's interesting, right? It feels somewhat good. I can't even say it felt great. It feels somewhat good. We have fun. We have conversations. We do stuff, right? But the second I wasn't with him, here we go. It's like I didn't exist. Can I be honest? It was like I didn't even exist. And I could feel that. I could feel energetically. It was like I just didn't exist. You know, it was one of those, see you when I see you. You know, it was that energy. See you when I see you. You know, and when we're together.
And look, I hate to say this, but every man you're going to be attracted to and feel like is worth your time and energy, that's how he's going to feel about you, Anita. Not because you're a bad person. It's just the reality of it. You're a 57-year-old woman, regardless of how good you look. See, she think I look good, so that's going to trump the fact that I'm 57, 2 kids, divorced. No, it don't trump that. It don't trump that. And clearly you masculine. You're coming off very masculine. Maybe that's why he act like you don't exist. Like, clearly you're a lot. You're somebody that people could describe as a lot. Maybe that's why. My goodness, you got to think. If a man is, she's 57, so he probably was anywhere from 55 to, let's just say, 60. Based on how she look, I'm sure she's going to have somewhat shallow standards as far as what age range she'll date. I would love to hear what age range she dates. If I had to guess, I would say 50 to 62 max. I'm positive. I'm almost positive. Well, I can't even say that. I would bet, $20 that she wouldn't go to 65. I'm willing to bet that. But let's continue.
It was like I just didn't exist. You know, it was one of those, see you when I see you. You know, it was that energy. See you when I see you. You know, and when we're together, it's great. But when we're not, it's like we don't exist to each other. I was like, nah, this ain't good. And look, this is definitely not what I want. That's the number one thing you got to ask yourself. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? And most of y'all, the answer is no. This is not what I want. This doesn't feel good. I'm spending most of the time feeling bad.
Let me break this down. At these advanced ages, it ain't about what you want anymore. It really isn't. Get over yourself. How about thinking about how you could serve a righteous man who might not look the best, might not make the most, but he a good dude? How about dedicating your life to serving him and making his life better? And you'll reap the benefits on the back end of that. Instead of worrying about what I want. It ain't what I want. It ain't how I want to feel. Me. How about that? Because here's the thing. When a woman is in her feminine and submissive and she actually pick a good dude, look, a good man is beneficial to a woman's life inherently. So it's not like she's not going to get anything out of the deal. She need to pick an average Joe. It's cool if he missing a side tooth or if he got a limp. She need to pick an average Joe motherfucker like that. But we know she thinks she too good for a dude like that because she got all her teeth at 57. But look, she need to get an average dude like that. And I ain't saying like somebody super broke down, but just a regular guy. Just a regular degular guy. And kiss his ass and serve him and be submissive to him. And you're going to benefit from that, I assure you. But you can't get over me, I, and all that. This James Bond, Idris Elba motherfucker that you meeting and you keep trying to hook up with is never going to work out with those type of guys. Because at these advanced ages, if he's still single, he's not trying to get married. I mean, what's your end goal here, Anita? Marriage at 57 for what? Literally for what? What, you gonna sell your house? He gonna sell his house and y'all gonna get a new mortgage at 57? No. Everything get awkward for women after 25, let alone after 55. Why would he get into a serious relationship even if you are spectacular? This man got his own life and he's enjoying his freedom as a tall, handsome man with money at 55. Why the fuck would he saddle himself down with you? Because after the honeymoon phase, you're going to be nothing but a burden and a pain in the ass. And a job and a bill. Or another full-time job and another bill after the honeymoon phase. Why the fuck would he put so much energy and effort and invest in you at 57? Make it make sense. Why not just enjoy my freedom and sanity and kick it with bitches like you from time to time when I get the inkling to? That sounds like a better deal to me.
You don't offer nothing here of other than an orgasm. That's about all you offer me is an orgasm. That's it. Okay, everything else is going to be a constant headache, nightmare, walking on eggshells, whatever the fuck. Everything else is going to be that. There is no benefit. That after the orgasm, there's not much benefit, really, to keep one woman around too long.
Let's get the donations up. If y'all want me to stay on 2 hours this good Sunday evening, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat, or Super Chat, Super Sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. Nothing has been met. $5 makes you the live stream sponsor. Yeah. Look, every dude who she gonna be interested in getting to know, this is what it's gonna be.
She gotta play it for life, and that's some bullshit.
This is not what I want. This doesn't feel good. I'm spending most of the time feeling bad, feeling insecure, feeling unsettled. My nervous system is completely dysregulated. That's the truth. That's the truth. But you know what? All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm driving back home. But if you told yourself the truth, see, the reason why you don't tell yourself the truth, because you'd have to do something about it. You'd actually have to do something about it. If you told yourself the truth, which is more often than not, I don't feel good with this person. I don't feel good dating this person. I don't feel good in the relationship. I feel insecure and unsettled. I feel anxious most of the time. My nervous system is dysregulated. I don't feel prioritized. I don't feel like this person, in their actions is showing that they like me and they want to be with me. See, if you got real with yourself, you'd have to do something about it or accept the poor treatment.
Now, she's kind of saying the same thing over and over, but trust me, this gets better. This gets better. Yeah, she too old for this. A man's advice, you're right. She too old for all this. Still Chad chasing. Still Tyrone tackling and Tyrone tangling, trying to get fucking top tier Tyrone to commit. The same shit that these 16, 24-year-olds, 34-year-olds is going through. She too damn old for this. It's time to just hang it up with dating. Nobody's coming to marry you now, Anita. You too damn masculine. You got too much going on. You document your life on the internet. It's just no. There's no reason for a put-together 57-year-old man to get into another serious relationship if he found himself single at 57. Especially if he got his shit together and he handsome and tall and shit. Especially. But let me say this real quick. She said a lot of women don't want to admit it because they would have to do something different and change something. Okay, you're admitting it, but you don't want to change what you would have to change either, Anita. But you don't want to change what you would have to change either, Anita. Which is changing your standards. If you truly want companionship. But she gonna touch on it. What up, Lauren?
Is showing that they like me and they want to be with me. See, if you got real with yourself, you'd have to do something about it or accept the poor treatment. But a lot of women, we are famous for projecting onto a man all of our hopes and dreams, everything that we think he could be to us, and we never take the time to say, who is he right now? How is he showing up today? What is he doing right now? And the reality is, nothing. He's doing nothing. He's not showing up at all.
Well, you know what? But then here's the thing. You also can't believe what women say on the internet because earlier she was talking about we have conversations, we go out, we have fun. I thought he wasn't doing nothing. That's something. That sounds like something to me. A lot of bitches these days can't even get a date from Chad and Tyrone. So he was doing something. Let me guess. To you, it's just bare minimum. So that's basically nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's why women weren't meant to rack up all these experiences with different men. Because the standards just keep going up as their value keeps going down. You know what I'm saying? When they date in their early 20s and stuff and they went on a yacht and they've been on, you know, dates where it's 5-star restaurants, now that's bare minimum to them. Their brain just get all fucked up.
And the reality is nothing. He's doing nothing. He's not showing up at all. That's the reality. And we don't want to come to terms with that. He's not doing anything. He's doing the bare minimum or less than that. He's breadcrumbing you. He's not showing up. He's saying one thing and doing another. He's inconsistent. That's the reality. This was the last person that I dated. Okay, so for 6 months, my nervous system was a wreck. And I did not realize, wait a minute, this person isn't good for me. And forget how I feel about them. Forget the potential of it. Forget what it could be. This person isn't good for me. This person isn't good for my nervous system. They're not consistent. They're not showing up. It's just, yeah, it's not real. It's a fantasy. And it can't last. And sure enough, it didn't. But once that got deep in my soul, I was like, okay, I should have been done with this in month 2 or 3. It took about 6 months. But hey, when I came to it, I came to it. And when I tell y'all I cut that thing clean off, ain't heard from him since. I cut that thing clean off. And I tell y'all, if that's the one gift I could give to every woman in the world, it's the gift of the surgeon's knife. I wish I could give that to every woman in the world, is the surgeon's knife. I take that scalpel out. I cut that thing so clean. I cut that thing clean off. Okay, I cauterize it at the same time because I'm good. I'm done. There's no.
Oh my goodness. Oh brother, having a having a cold cutoff game at 57 is not a flex. I'm gonna say it again. Having a cold cutoff game at 57 is not a flex. Why do you keep getting in situations that you have to cut off? You're doing something wrong. He didn't give a fuck that you cut him off. He wasn't texting and calling anyway. That's what women call cutting off. This motherfucker haven't returned my text in 3 weeks, so I'm going to send him a final text to get closure, and that's me cutting him off. If anything, he cut you off by ignoring you. But they got to feel like they ended it. They want to feel like they were the empowered ones in it. He wasn't paying you no attention anyway. You said it felt like you didn't exist when y'all wasn't around each other. I'm pretty sure his feelings wasn't hurt. Hence why he didn't try to text you back after you cut it off or try to win you back, so to speak. I ain't heard from him since because he never gave a fuck about you to begin with.
I'm not a devil, and by no means am I a monster. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. I don't need to. Why would I? Well, how stupid would it be for R. Kelly?
Give that to every woman in the world, is the surgeon's knife. I take that scalpel out. I cut that thing so clean. I cut that thing clean off. Okay, I cauterize it at the same time because I'm good. I'm done. There's no contact from that moment until forever. Like, I'm good. It's my superpower, if I may be honest. It's my superpower. Plenty of my girlfriends say, man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that thing Anita do. I don't know how she do it, but she do it. And we never hear about him again. And look, you had people in my life asking me every month for like 12 months. You heard from so-and-so? You heard from so? I said, look, baby, you don't have to do that.
She just told on herself. She just told on herself and didn't realize it. Why would people in your family be asking about him for 12 months and asking, did you hear from him yet? Did you hear from him yet? That means you were telling your family that you haven't heard from him and you're looking to hear from him. Why else would they be asking that? But you cut him off. Your cutoff game is so strong. It sounds like he cut you off, ma'am. You just told on yourself. If your family been asking, have you heard from him yet for 12 months? Why did it take you 12 months to tell him, hey, you can stop asking about that guy now? Because you was looking for him to reach out for 12 months. Think about it. Just use your brain, y'all. Just use your brain.
Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense.
Think about it. If you had family and friends asking you for 12 months, no, let me start it like this. Would you allow your friends and family to keep asking you the same question about a guy that you cut off for 12 months? She just said the relationship only lasted, or the situationship, whatever you want to call it. She said it only lasted 6 months. But then she just said, I had family and friends asking, have you heard from them yet? For 12 months. You just don't know what to believe with these chicks, man. You don't know what to believe.
Look, you had people in my life asking me every month for like 12 months. You heard from so-and-so? You heard from so? I said, look, baby, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Because when I cut that thing clean off, okay, that thing is gone. Like it never existed. But this is the number one way. This is the number one reason why women are not winning. They're struggling. You all do not know how to gauge these men and these relationships by how do I feel when I'm with him? How do I feel when I'm not with him? That's what you will not ask yourself. And be honest. Be honest. And look, I had a friend during that time. I was dating this person. They were my mirror. They were like, Anita, you are a wreck. You are a wreck. And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And then I was like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. When I'm not with this person, I'm not good. I'm not happy. I'm not. Yeah, that's when I realized they were right. I was a wreck. This thing was horrible on my nervous system. This is not a good person for me.
Man, listen. Oh my gosh.
The majority of these men are either, all, as far as I'm concerned, all of these men are either cheaters, will physically, emotionally, mentally you. They will disrespect you. They are on the DL, bisexual, gay, whatever. The reason why these men keep threatening you about being single and dying alone and you're a cat lady is because you being single is the greatest threat, especially to this modern day man. Don't fall for his nonsense talking about you gonna be a cat lady. Say thank you.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.
So now everybody's a tough guy.
I am so sick of men. I am so sick of y'all's ass.
Only attracting one-night stands and fuckboys, this might be why.
They don't know how to make plans. They don't know how to be good communicators. They don't know what they want, and they act like children.
That lady is angry. They will kick those heels off and beat your butt.
I know you're fed up, ladies. But keep your head up. I know you're fed up, ladies.
Men are inside of women's down their guys are literally into a girl's.
We'll return after these messages.
Not with this person. I'm not good. I'm not happy. I'm not. Yeah, that's when I realized they were right. I was a wreck. This thing was horrible on my nervous system. This is not a good person for me. This is not a stable, consistent, good person for me. She said, do you think it's because women are becoming more desperate for love? I mean, women have always been desperate for love. That ain't nothing new. Women have always been desperate for love. We were built for love. And so, unfortunately, we don't know, we have not learned and don't know how to categorize a man and the relationship that we want. That's what I teach women. And until they learn that lesson and apply it every single time, they will lose. They always prioritize a specific man over the relationship. So they may they may get the man, but guess what? That particular man can't give them the relationship they want. And so
That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna finish this video because there's some shit at the end I want to talk about for sure. So I don't know how long that's gonna be with me being online. We already over an hour, so I don't know if we're gonna go to 2 hours, but it might be an hour and a half. We'll see. We'll get the donations up either way. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs all at the top of the chat. What my likes looking like? I'm gonna have to chop this one up, y'all. Those are good likes, but if y'all could get the likes up, I appreciate it. Can we get the likes matching the viewers? I feel like I'm cooking. This is what I wanted to say. They literally, they want it all. They don't want Mr. Perfect, but they want damn near perfect. Mr. Damn near perfect. And not only does perfect not exist, but even Mr. Damn near perfect don't exist. Let me say that again. They know that nobody's perfect, but they want damn near perfect. And that doesn't exist either. They're like, okay, he don't gotta be a 10 in looks, but can he be a 9? Come on, I can get a 9. You know what I mean? The relationship don't gotta be a 10, but I definitely need it to be a 9. Like, no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. If you got a relationship that's a 6 or 7, you doing pretty good out here. It's fuck. That's above average. Seriously. They seriously want this man to be tall, handsome, charismatic, emotionally intelligent, available every time they need him to be available, and some more shit like Cats, like The Notebook. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. By the time a motherfucker tall and look good, the chances that he got good character is slim to none. Nobody get that lucky. Nobody get that great of a hand dealt by God. This motherfucker tall, handsome, got money, and he got great character, and he emotionally intelligent. Come on now. Come the fuck on. Come the fuck on now. I mean, if somebody had all that, I would be expecting the other shoe to drop. Like, are you a serial deleter? Like, are you a playpist? Like, I'm sorry. If you look good, got money, charismatic, and you got wonderful character, nah, man. At that point, you Jeffrey Dahmer too, or something. Like, nah, I don't trust that. A bitch who got a banging body, pretty in the face, humble, super sweet. She know how to cook. She clean. She submissive. Nah, what's up? Nah, I wouldn't even trust it. I'd be like, nah, that's too damn near perfect. I don't trust that. This bitch gonna put a pillow over my face when I'm sleeping. Something. I just don't trust it. Is this bitch an assassin? Is this bitch a sleeper cell from Russia? Like, nah, I ain't fucking with it.
They may get the man, but guess what? That particular man can't give them the relationship they want. And so they are miserable. They're with this particular man and they are miserable. And they're like, well, what is it? Why can't I be happy? Why can't I get married? Why can't I have kids? Why can't I have more time? Why can't I be a priority? Because you chose the man. You chose this particular man instead of the relationship you wanted. And those are my rules. 21 feminine principles. You must prioritize the relationship. And you must find a man that can give you the relationship you want. I guarantee you will be 100% happier if you do that. But you all don't do that. You find a man.
Here we go. Here we fucking go. Here we go.
Let me tell you something right now. It don't work that way. Here we go. Here the fuck we go. Here the fuck we go.
Here we go with that happiness word. Here we go with that happiness word. Look, women need to stop chasing happiness in relationships. It's not a man's job to make you happy. Men are here to bring structure, discipline, protection, things like that. Not happiness. You got to find a way to be happy on your own, baby. That's not what men are here for. That's what women need to get through their thick fucking skulls. I'm not here to make you happy, baby. In a relationship, not necessarily about two people making each other happy. Like I said, structure, discipline, duty, responsibility, companionship, family, legacy. Point blank, period. Because I'm going to just put it like this. Life ain't happy a lot of times. Life sucks a lot of times. Flat out. In a relationship or out of a relationship, life sucks a lot. I think Deadpool got a quote like, life is basically hell with a few commercial breaks of happiness. Something like that. Something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But I pretty much agree with that. I mean, that might be a negative way to look at it, or I don't know, maybe I don't 100% agree. But Life kind of sucks with a few commercial breaks of happiness. That's just life, single or with somebody. So yeah, as a woman, that's one way you're failing. If your search is for happiness, looking for somebody to make you happy or a relationship to make you happy.
That can give you the relationship you want. I guarantee you will be 100% happier if you do that. But you all don't do that. You find a man, and regardless of whether he's good for you or not, regardless of whether he's a good man or not, you squeeze him into the mold of the relationship you want. And when he don't fit, when he won't go in it, you still choose that man and you forego the relationship that you want, and you are miserable. And when you just can't take it anymore, then you and the man break up. But no, we're going about things backwards. And the fact that women are so overly invested in strangers, and y'all, I'm telling y'all this because I did it. I'm telling y'all this because I learned it through trial and error. I actually did this. I could look across a room at a man, and I kid y'all not, it was like our lives would flash before my eyes. The next
I told you so.
Man, listen. Let me write it down. I gotta make a meme to play when they talking about Chad and Tyrone. I gotta create a meme of like a bunch of like male models, fucking Derek Jackson with his shirt off and like all that type, Tyson Bedford, and like play some music. Like, oh my God. Oh my, and I'm just gonna put like top tier tackler at the top and play some music and have like male models pop up on the screen. So y'all can know which type of guy she's talking about. Or I might put top 10%ers or something. I might put she's talking about top 10% or something. I'll make it funny. But let me write that down. Because I feel like that's gonna be a handy meme to use on my live streams. Because let me ask you this. I mean, she just admitted it. I would see these guys and our life would flash in front of my eyes, our life together. Because he was so hot and tall and handsome and well dressed. Didn't have nothing to do with character, personality, or nothing. Women care about looks more than men. There, I said it. When women's hypergamy is left unchecked and they're empowered, women care about looks more than men. Period. Yes, they rather share Chad than have a loyal regular dude. Facts. Yeah, let me touch on that real quick too. Sometimes women do actually learn these lessons, but by the time they learn the lessons, it's way too late, and by the time they learn these lessons, it's way too late to apply it effectively, and they're already cooked and been cooked for 20 years by the time they figure it out. Like at 40 or 50, they start figuring some basic elementary shit out when it comes to dating and relationships. And oh, maybe I should go after character and not looks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't wait 6 months to cut it off with a guy who barely returns my calls or texts. That's something a fucking third grader can put together. Never mind.
this. I could look across a room at a man, and I kid y'all not, it was like our lives would flash before my eyes. The next 30 years would flash before my eyes just looking across a room at a man. So I know that's what y'all doing. But when I woke up and I grew up and I stopped doing that, and I just saw a valuable human being, I just saw a person that in my mind, okay, I don't know anything about him, so don't go building all your hopes and dreams on this dude. You don't know him. He's a stranger. But be open and see, this is the first thing I do now. Can he provide the relationship that I want? That's it. That's it. Is he a man of character? Is he godly in word and deed? Is he healthy and fit? Is he empathetic and kind? Can he give me the relationship that I want? That's it. Because.
Okay, let me just be clear about this. Let me be very clear about this. You still got to be tall, handsome, and make 6 figures. So it's not like she's trading off. Like, I don't care about that other stuff no more. I'm worried about if he, I ain't worried about that other stuff no more. I'm worried about if he kind, empathetic, yada, yada, yada. No. You still got to be all the physical shit and all the shallow shit too. It's not like she's throwing that by the wayside. You got to be all that too. So a top 0.01% or nothing. That's a lot of these women's mentality. I'll accept if you snore or something, so you're not perfect, but everything else got to be on point. You can leave your socks on the floor sometime, but everything else got to be Superman-like. But look, I'm giving grace. You can leave your socks on the floor from time to time and snore. See? I ain't too shallow.
Because all this other stuff, the height, the clothes, the charisma, the job, the money, the car, the dates, the trips, it is literally a momentary present day, okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. But you still got to have all that. Well, she isn't saying, I'm not going to go after a guy who has all that. She's saying, cool, you have all that, but what else? So she's downplaying being a top 1%er and saying, yeah, but are you a 0.1%er? Okay, yeah, I see you a top 1%er. So are you a top 0.1%er? If not, I ain't impressed. That's what she's saying. But she's not saying it's cool to not be a 1%er. No, you still got to be a top 1%er, but that's just to get her second look.
The money, the car, the dates, the trips, it is literally a momentary present day, okay. You're not building a good life on that. You're not. You're not building a family on that. You're not building a consistent, stable, have your back. No, it's just moment.
Anita, you talking about not building a family. You're not building a family, period. You're 57 years old. What are you talking about building a family? What are you talking about? Oh, boy.
The trips, it is literally a momentary present day, okay. You're not building a good life on that. You're not. You're not building a family on that. You're not building a consistent, stable, have your back. No, it's just momentary. All of those things are just, okay. Let's see, now it's about the relationship I want to have. That's what I prioritize. So I don't look at men anymore and see my whole life flash before my eyes, my future flash before my eyes with them. Not at all. I see a valuable, imperfect man, and I'm open, I'm observant, and I'm simply determining, can he give me the relationship that I want? That's it. Being with men who doesn't like you really hurts your self-esteem. Yes, I agree. And in my humble opinion, that's easy to determine. I don't know why we're acting like it's so hard to figure out if men like you or not. It's not hard. Remember, the language of men is doing. Doing, it's not words. The only reason why men speak is because women like it. Women love words. Women fall in love with their ears. Men fall in love with their eyes. You got it? That is the only reason why men use words. If women never existed, men wouldn't be talking. Men would be grunting. Haven't you seen the caveman videos? And, haven't you seen those videos of what the men were like back in the day? They were grunting.
Okay, so now we're coming to the insults. Now, if it wasn't for women, men wouldn't have developed language. Interesting. We would just be stupid cavemen still in the caves if it wasn't for women. Do anybody think that checks out historically? Can anybody tap in with the historians and see if that check out? Men wouldn't have developed language if it wasn't for women. Interesting. We would still be grunting in 2025. Oh, okay. Here comes the insults. She claims to be a traditional woman too, with half of her head shaved, this masculine, talking about men would be cavemen without women. But she's so traditional and Christian. Interesting. Look, this is very clear.
That lady is angry. That lady is angry.
I am so sick of men. I am so...
So now everybody's a tough guy. So now everybody's a tough guy. So now every...
Men would be grunting. Haven't you seen the caveman videos, and haven't you seen those videos of what the men were like back in the day? They were grunting. They were grunting. they don't use words. It's about action. And women have got to be bilingual. That's the other thing. When I finally became bilingual and I learned the language of men, that's when I started winning. And let me tell you this, ladies, and this is not popular. I'm about to say something that's not popular. You ready? This is not a popular, train of thought.
Sorry, look, I feel sorry for her daughter. I think that's her daughter that just got in the car, or her daughter came out to the car to get whatever Anita picked up from the store or whatever. I feel sorry for the daughter. She got to hear this shit all the time. She's like, no, Mom, I'll take my own car. I don't want to hear you rambling in your car. This is crazy. My goodness.
Say something that's not popular. You ready? This is not a popular, train of thought. If you are single and you're living your life and you have a life to live, you have a rich, full life, you are winning. You are winning. See, y'all like to think, oh, Anita's not married. Anita don't have a man. She's not winning. Baby, yes, I am.
Huh? Absolutely not.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
Grow the fuck up. Grow up.
She's going to have issues for the rest of her life.
At your age, you're basically unmatchable. Like, forget about it. Basically, you're done. You're like a has-been, and no man will ever go for you.
Because remember.
Okay, listen. This is what women have to do, especially older women, when they know it's a good chance they're going to lose and they're never going to get what they're talking about. This top-tier man who's damn near perfect, who's going to whisk them off and yada, yada, yada. That's when they start trying to say, oh, my life's totally fulfilled now, and I'm doing great, and I'm winning right now. So if nobody ever comes, remember, I'm great. I'm totally fine and great if nobody ever comes, because my life is so wonderful already right now with nobody. When they start spinning that narrative, it's the same narrative that Kendra G is spinning now. Every time she talks about marriage or relationship, she talks about how I'm going to be okay if it never comes. That's when they start spinning that coat. Anytime relationships come up. Yeah, I'm looking for somebody, and if somebody come along, cool, but y'all know I'm cool either way, right? That's when they start pushing that heavy. Y'all know my life wonderful either way, right? If nobody ever comes. It's super cringy. Shout out to John. He donated $5. He's the live stream sponsor. He says, some of what she's saying makes sense. I agree. But the worst or best liars sprinkle a little truth in. Facts. I think she makes some sense with some of the stuff she say. That's why I watch her content. Well, and for the cringe fest that I can go over when she says stupid shit like what she been saying on this video. But yeah, some of the shit that she's saying does make sense. But I'm bringing it full circle. I'm putting in the part she won't put in. And like I said, this is a great looking 57-year-old woman. We all know she could get a man. But she would run him off with that masculine demeanor, but she could get a man. But yeah, she's already cooked. But yeah, this is where she spins how great her life is regardless.
You are winning. You are winning. See, y'all like to think, oh, Anita's not married. Anita don't.
Oh, this for you, John.
That's a hard nigga.
It's the happiest day of my life, is what I'm saying.
Hit it.
Yeah. Let's keep the donations coming. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. This was an emergency review.
You are winning. You are winning. See, y'all like to think, oh, you know, Anita's not married. Anita don't have a man. She's not winning. Baby, yes, I am. Because remember, the only two options for me are a great man who is masculine, who's a leader, who takes initiative, who is warm and loving and kind and protective. So if I can't have this, then it's this. Anita is gloriously single. She has a life that she loves. She has people that love her and that she loves. She has purpose in the world. She has work that is fulfilling. She has great relationships with. That's it.
Listen. Gloriously single. Gloriously single. By the time a woman is using terms like gloriously single, you know, yeah, it's a wrap. That's the sign that it's officially a wrap for finding a man. When she got to use terms like that to feel better about the fact that the men she don't want her. It's actually kind of sad. Gloriously single. It's ridiculous. A ridiculous term. And she thinks she's somebody other women should listen to. But let's be clear. What she just said is top 0.1%er or nothing. If I can't get a top 0.1%er to be Mr. Perfect for me and choose me and only me and be faithful and all this, then I'd rather just stay single for the rest of my life. Think about how sick that is. Think about how just self-absorbed and just delusional and narcissistic you have to be to say top 0.1%er or nothing. People who are that fucked up in the head about stuff like this don't deserve companionship, in my opinion. They don't deserve love romantically, and they don't deserve companionship romantically. If you're so up your own ass that you think top 0.1% or nothing makes sense. Yes, this is a good comment. Flower of Life says the curse of the attractive woman is the entitlement that leaves them insufferable and alone. Facts. Pretty women think they deserve the world, and it's just not true. You're just a human being. I mean, I get that you're pretty, but that only goes so far, especially when you mature as an adult. That really don't matter like that. You know? Yeah.
She has a life that she loves. She has people that love her and that she loves. She has purpose in the world. She has work that is fulfilling. She has great relationships with. That's it. So this is what equates to winning in my book. This or this. Okay? This is where.
You see what she just did there? Oh, whoa. I got to point that out. Do you see what she just did there? She just set up a scenario to where no matter what happens, I could say I won. Ain't that a bitch? She set up a scenario to where no matter what happens, she can claim I got the W. So even if she lose in the dating game, she's still gonna spin it like she won it. Cause better to be single and gloriously single than be in a bad relationship, right? Which is true, but it's word games. It's word salad. It's word salad. Oh my goodness. So yeah. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of what would be a good analogy for that. That's like saying if we win the NBA championship, obviously that's a W. But then if we don't win, it's a W because that championship trophy too heavy anyway. And I don't want to hurt my hands trying to, carry that heavy trophy. So either way, it's a win. You know?
That's it. So this is what equates to winning in my book. This or this. Okay? This is where I'm at now. If this should happen, I'll keep you posted. But that is winning for the feminine woman. That is winning.
Ma'am, nothing is feminine about you. Let's start there. Nothing is feminine about you. And no, being single at 57 in your car making YouTubes is not winning as a feminine woman. That's absurd. That's absolutely absurd. And nobody believes you're feminine. Even your diehard fans, they don't believe you're feminine.
But that is winning for the feminine woman. That is winning. So that's not a very popular stance because we have been conditioned for thousands of years that winning is having a person with a penis. That's winning.
So now we not even men no more, y'all. Can y'all hear the hate? We not even worthy of being called men anymore. We just persons with a penis. Persons with peni. She sounds like a stone cold feminist, but she claims to be traditional and Christian and all that. But she sounds like a stone cold hardcore feminist. Persons with peni. Person with penis. Damn, you can't just say man. She don't even want to say the word. It make her sick to her stomach to even say the word. That's where Kendra is at. That's the space Kendra is in now. I'll give her credit. I'll give Anita credit. On some level, she did win the dating game. She got married. On some level, she did win the dating game. She got married and had kids. So on some level, she did win the game. She's losing now. But y'all get what I'm trying to say.
That winning is having a person with a penis. That's winning. Winning is having a ring on this finger, right? And being married to a person with a penis. That is winning. But ladies, you and I both know that a person with a penis and having this on your finger, there are a lot of people, women out there, who are miserable and they have just that. They have a person with a penis and they have a ring on this finger and they are miserable.
Yep. This is the same method that Kendra G uses. Better to be single than be in a bad relationship. Nobody's saying to be in a bad relationship. Why can't you get a good one? Because there's people with good relationships too, but you're never going to talk about that because that's going to make you seem like a loser. That's going to bring attention to the fact that you can't get one of the good ones. Bad faith ass argument. Yes, we get it. Good and bad relationships exist. That still doesn't explain why you can't get a good one. That still doesn't explain why you can't get a good one.
And they have a ring on this finger and they are miserable. So in my humble opinion, that is one of the things that we're going to have to reprogram about ourselves. And y'all know how traditional I am. Okay, I don't know why the connection is acting up. I'm gonna walk in. Yes, I believe women should be married, men should be married. But I believe that they should be married to good people. They should have good marriages. That's all. That's all. So that's the part I don't understand. I just believe they should be married to good people. So, yeah. But as long as you are prioritizing him and how you feel about him, you're not going to win. Because you have to be willing to say, how do I feel with him? How is he treating me? And how do I feel with him when I'm not with him and when I'm with him? Like, how do I feel? So not just how I feel about him, how do I feel? That's it. Okay, until we can do that, we're going to lose every time. But when I finally started doing that, when my self-respect was higher than how I felt about a man, when I got the scalpel, I'll never forget the day, y'all. I'll never forget the day I got the scalpel. It was a relationship I had after my divorce. So that relationship is when I said, okay, I've got to use my scalpel. I've got to use.
Shaw, you hear that? After her divorce.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Pretty sure God says till death do us part. Or I'm pretty sure the vows say till death do us part. She divorced her husband. That was your man, lady. You don't get another one. Yeah, you don't get another one. You had your man. She divorced her husband because she thought Tyrone was going to commit to her and he broke her heart. That's usually what happened to these women who divorce their husbands because they're having an affair with a Tyrone that they think is going to... This is usually what happens to women who divorce their husband because they're having an affair with Tyrone. And Tyrone sell them dreams and they convince themselves that Tyrone is going to marry them next after she divorced her decent husband who she just don't feel the spark for anymore. And it almost never works out like that. and they get left and they get sent to a therapist chair and they end up 57 in their car talking to themselves while their kids walk past the car. This shit is crazy, man.
It was the relationship I had after my divorce. So that relationship is when I said, okay, I've got to use my scalpel. I've got to use the sharpest knife I have and cut this off. And guess what? That man was a perfectly lovely man. But again, we weren't a good fit, and he was not able to give me the relationship that I wanted.
Bingo. She said he was a wonderful, nice, good man, but he couldn't fulfill my unrealistic standards, so I pulled out the scalpel. There it is.
Bingo.
And I'm sure her husband was a perfectly good man too, but he couldn't fulfill these unrealistic standards. You're never going to be satisfied, Anita, ever. She just admitted that the man she dated after her husband was a perfectly good, kind man. That's enough, bitch. That is enough to make a relationship work with a man and make it work with him. That is enough. He's a good man putting in effort and trying. He's kind. That's enough. But he couldn't give me the relationship I wanted. See? She just told on herself big time right there. She would have looked better if I could have kept the narrative that she running into bad boy Tyrones who just don't want to commit. But after that statement, now she's the bad person.
One, she knows she's not a decent human. Let's just be honest about it. It sounds fucked up, but it's true.
Because they don't give a damn about you. They don't like you. I don't like you.
The whole reason why I really didn't, pursue it because he was a good guy.
We weren't a good fit, and he was not able to give me the relationship that I wanted. And I have had my scalpel ever since then. And I encourage other women to get one too. So, and the relationship after that, like I said, this person can't give me the relationship that I want. They're a lovely person. They have a lot of good qualities about themselves, but if I stay in this relationship with this person, I won't get the relationship that I truly want. I'll have this person, but I won't have the relationship that I want. And right now, that is the priority. That or the wonderful life that I've created. So the relationship that I want, I'm not willing to let go of that. And for the record, it's not even a whole lot. Like, the relationship that I want is not even a whole lot.
If you catch her on a sidewalk and you in a car, it is what it is.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna
This
let
is
the
not
camera keep
true.
rolling.
This is not, doesn't even make sense.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
Does anybody believe that? That her standards aren't even a lot? I don't think anybody believes that. Yeah, okay, but I bet she ain't gonna say what they are. Ain't that suspicious? If they ain't a lot, just say what they are real quick. If she don't say what they are, y'all should find that very suspicious since they're so simple. Since it's such a short, since it's say these words 7 times fast. Since it's such a short list, why not just run it down real quick? Exactly.
The relationship that I want is not even a whole lot. Because people are always, they're always challenging that. Well, maybe the relationship you want is too much. Here we go. It really isn't. It really isn't. But, that's the priority. Great man, giving me the relationship that I want, life on my own, and having the life that I want. That's it. That's it. Those are the only 2 things that a truly feminine, emotionally mature, healthy woman can have. Y'all are doing all this stuff in between. All that stuff in between, it does not exist for me. Okay? So that's it. In my humble opinion, that is a woman winning. She has this or she has this. Anything that's in between is not winning.
Well, look, life is a gray area. Like, she's done. She's done. There's going to be certain times where maybe that man can give you the relationship you want, but maybe he's going through a hard time. Maybe he's working a lot. Maybe something comes up. Maybe your mom dies and he have a mental breakdown. It's not going to always be what you want it to be. That's life. But you wouldn't know nothing about that because you didn't stay in your marriage. People who stay in their marriage could tell you about the ups and downs and sticking through it all. You couldn't tell anybody about that. When it ain't what I want, it's time to pull out the scalpel. Well, you'll never be in a relationship that lasts for the rest of your life then, even if you get into a relationship on your deathbed. If every time something ain't going just the way you like it, you pull out the scalpel, then you're never going to be in a lifelong relationship. Fucking period. Period, period, period.
Anything that's in between is not winning. It's not winning. The situationship, the friends with benefits, the casual sex, that's not winning. Staying with someone that makes you feel like crap, that's not winning. That's not winning. Sorry. So I had to come on and make this video because I've been talking about this. And women, they keep saying how stuck they are. They're not stuck. They just don't want to make the hard decision. And remember, the hard choice and the...
Well, no, Anita, they'll still be stuck. They'll still be stuck single. Even if they cut off all the Tyrones after he hit it and ignore them, they're still stuck not getting what they want. They're never going to get what they want. They don't want a relationship with Average Joe, and they're never going to get the fairy tale from Tyrone. So they are going to stay stuck. Them having a strong cutoff game isn't going to change the fact that they're not going to get what they want.
The right choice is often the same choice. So you're not stuck. You are resistant. You are resistant to actually doing the hard thing. That's all that's happening. Okay? All right. Join us tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right, y'all. I know that was brutal, but I just had to get through that. Had to get through that. Thanks for everybody that stopped by. I'll be back tomorrow night, God willing. Remember, how others treat you is their karma. How you treat others is your karma. Be nice to people because God's watching. He's going to ask you about that when you meet him. And remember, I'm a nice guy. I just play asshole on the internet, and I've never done anything remotely wrong my entire life, ever. Follow me on Rumble, join the membership link in the description, and check out merch link in the description. I'll see y'all tomorrow night between 6 and 8 p.m. Central Time.